What would you think about me if I told you that you can trust Rudy Giuliani? You can trust every lawyer. I mean, lawyers almost never lie. And you can trust all politicians, even Nazi Pelosi and superstar socialist AOC and her political grandfather in crime, Comrade Bernie. Oh, did I say crime? How dare I use crime and politician in the same sentence?
How dare you?
Of course, I'm being sarcastic. Now, in my last video entitled, Holy Moly, Rudy Giuliani just threatened Trump live on Fox. More than a handful of people took issue with my assertion about what Giuliani said and who he meant when he said, and I quote, I've seen things written like, he's gonna throw me under the bus. When they say that, I say he isn't, but I have insurance. Here's him saying it himself.
President Trump, in the last week or two, have you met with him? Are you still his counsel?
I do not discuss my conversations with my client. You can assume that I talk to him early and often.
Yeah.
And have a very, very good relationship with him. And all of these comments, which are totally insulting.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen things written like, he's going to throw me under the bus.
Right.
When they say that, I say, he isn't, but I have insurance.
He isn't, but I have insurance.
I mean, okay. It's ridiculous. We are very good friends. He knows what I did was in order to defend him, not to dig up dirt on Biden. This goes back a year ago before Biden hadn't even decided to run for president. Mm-hmm. My thought when I began investigating this was to get evidence that will help my client prove that the charges against him are untrue.
I have absolutely no problem with the challenging of my statements and ideas. This is how we grow, and none of us has all knowledge. So what I'm saying is that Rudy's statement means exactly what Rudy said, adding nothing to it and taking nothing away. And in saying what he said, he let a threat against Trump slip. And that's a slip I think he quickly regretted, but it was a threat nonetheless. Basically, Giuliani is saying to Democrats or any detractors who make this charge that Trump is going to throw him, Giuliani, under the bus, Trump isn't going to throw me under the bus, but I have insurance. And people disagree with my reading of what he said. For example, Sean Borboa wrote, Yeek, I watched the interview and he was talking about the Bidens and Democrats. Why are you, that's me, trying to cut up the interview to project false claims? Not cool. To which I would ask, where's my false claim? Taking only what Giuliani said, there's only one person in view who's being considered as the one who's going to throw him under the bus, and that's Trump. If that happens, Rudy says, but, the conjunction that holds the two thoughts in one sentence together. But I have insurance for that. For what? For the unlikely event that Trump throws me under the bus. That's everything he's talking about. A. Clark wrote, you honestly think he was threatening Trump during this interview? Maybe you should stick to doing corrupt cop videos. Don't be CNN. The insurance is against the people accusing that Trump is throwing him under the bus. The only problem is that's not what Giuliani said. Here's what he said again. I've seen things written like that's Trump's, gonna throw me under the bus. When they, the detractors or Democrats, say that, I say Trump, isn't. But I have insurance.
I mean, I've seen things written like, he's going to throw me under the bus.
Right.
When they say that, I say, he isn't, but I have insurance.
He isn't, but I have insurance.
Now, it's difficult for me to understand why people can't see and accept exactly what Giuliani said as he said it in the context in which he said it. He isn't, that's Trump isn't. Isn't what? Isn't going to throw me under the bus. But what? It's the word of contrast to what he just said. In other words, he isn't going to throw me under the bus, but if he does throw me under the bus, I have insurance. Insurance for what? Because he isn't talking about detractors here. He's talking to the detractors about Trump. Now, Giuliani predictably tried to cover his tracks on this shortly after this aired. Here's what he tweeted. Truth alert! Now, when a lawyer says truth alert, you know you're about to be lied to 100% of the time. The statement I've made several times of having an insurance policy, if thrown under the bus, is sarcastic. and relates to the files in my safe about the Biden family's 4-decade monetizing of his office. The only problem is he wasn't talking about Biden in this sentence that he just laid out. This is hilarious. First, if this is true about the content of his safe, why would it be sarcastic? What's the sarcasm? If this is true, there's no sarcasm to it. Second, if he has damning evidence on the Biden family and Biden was the VP, why wouldn't Giuliani have already brought that information forward? In this very segment on Fox, he tells viewers how much he hates and wants to expose corruption, but he's going to keep this corruption hidden from the American people? It doesn't make any sense, and it's completely inconsistent and contradictory. Besides, why go through all this crap about the Bidens when you can just unlock your safe, remove some documents, expose them to the world, and put the Bidens away forever? Third, the throwing under the bus comment from Fox was exclusively talking about Democrats or detractors saying Trump was going to throw Giuliani under the bus, not that they were going to do it. Essentially, the Democrats try to throw Giuliani under the bus every day, and he hasn't deployed his insurance policy yet. So it has to be insurance saved for the unlikely event that Trump turns on him, which is what he just said.
I mean, I've seen things written like, he's going to throw me under the bus.
Right.
When they say that, I say, he isn't, but I have insurance.
He isn't, but I have insurance.
He's already been thrown under the bus many times by the Democrats. Here's the deal. He let the insurance thing slip and probably got a phone call from Trump to gloss it over with a lie. If I disappear, it will appear immediately along with my RICO chart. Now, if there is a RICO or racketeering chart on Biden or Clinton or anybody, Giuliani commits a great evil by withholding the contents of that safe and only releasing it if he dies. How unfreaking American can you possibly get? If what he says here is true about the contents of his safe, then Giuliani made this 10 times worse for himself because he's basically confessing that he's in the midst of running cover for Biden, whom we all know is corrupt.
I mean, I've seen things written like, he's going to throw me under the bus.
Right.
When they say that, I say, he isn't, but I have insurance.
He isn't, but I have insurance.
Like and share this video with everybody you know everywhere you can on social media, and leave your thoughts about this for the world and the Google Thought Police in the comments section below, and I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video.